Well, hello everyone and welcome to Descent Journeys in the Dark Second Edition. I am going to go and look through Baron Zachareth's plot deck, Seeds of Betrayal. Okay, so we actually start off with Soul Purpose. So this is your starting card. Use this card when removing Overlord cards from your deck before a quest to remove additional Overlord cards, creating an Overlord deck with a minimum of 13 Overlord cards instead of 15. It uses one threat to use. So, okay, you can't actually use this straight from the word go, you know, it's not the beginning introduction or quest. But there you have it. Having only 13 cards though, or, well, up to 13 cards. No, minimum 13 cards, there you go. In an Overlord deck can be quite interesting as it gives you a lot more quicker way to cycle through the cards that you actually want, and instead of actually cycling through them, you're actually going to be using them. So here's a dash, here's a frenzy, here's a dash, here's a frenzy, or etc, etc. You got class cards as well. So yeah, that's actually not that bad. And when you start to buy these cards, you start with some of these ones that cost 1. Actually, there's only one that costs 1 to buy, which is Scrying and Plotting. So there you have it, it's 1 to buy it. So exhaust this card during quest setup. Instead of drawing your starting hand, as normal, search your Overlord deck and choose a number of Overlord cards equal to the number of heroes. These cards are your starting hand. Then shuffle your Overlord deck. It takes 3 to use though. Right, so, good thing is, it's like you can actually get your hand what you want. The bad thing is that, well, it's not all that great, especially if you're going to have something like a 13 card deck, as it were. With something like this, I probably would actually not bother. Just want to buy it, and then it's free to activate. I mean, that's and that's only for your first encounter. So encounter 1, you might not even just use a lot of cards anyway, and save it all for encounter 2, which makes this quite redundant. But hey ho, there are quests that's only just one encounter, so it could be a possibility. However, I myself would probably still leave this away, especially with this Soul Purpose. It might not be as good. Right, anyway, next we have something that costs 2 to buy. So, always prepared. Exhaust this card at the start of your turn and discard up to 2 Overlord cards from your hand. Then draw Overlord cards equal to the number of discarded cards, and it only costs 1 to use. Now this actually seems much more better than Scrying and Plotting. It allows you to discard the cards that you don't need to use just to draw some. I am actually going to leave this right over here because that's important, because we have Rush of Power. You exhaust this card at the start of your turn, and then it's at the end of this turn, draw 2 Overlord cards. Of course, it's 2 to buy and 1 to activate. So, literally, you're going to be drawing 2 Overlord cards at the end of your turn. And with this as well, if you discard 2 to gain 2, then at the end of your turn, you're drawing 2. You actually get to have a lot more cards in your hand, and then next turn, if there's cards that you don't like, you can do this again, as long as you've got enough threat to use them, of course. Well, how do you get a lot more threat? Well, this could help. The Prue Two-Pronged Gambit. It's cost 2 to buy, so Exhaust the card during setup of the first encounter. Then place a threat token from the supply beneath this card with either the threat or fortune side face up. No hero player can know which side is face up. And unless someone sneezes, then it's like, oh, okay. Well, anyway, reveal the token at the end of the quest. If the threat side is face up and the Overlord won, gain 3 threat. If the fortune side is face up and the heroes won, gain 3 threat, and it only takes 1 to use. This is an interesting card. I don't know if I want to keep using it or not. It's definitely one way you have to think about it. It's like, do I really want the heroes to win this one or not? If you want the heroes to win, you're not going to make much of an effort. So seriously, you just put on the fortune side. That way, well, you automatically get 3 threat tokens just like that. If you think you're going to win, then maybe you could use it. Maybe. It is a gamble. It's an interesting card. I might want to put that to one side over there, not into this area. But it's more of like, get it or not get it. The choice is yours. We come to another one, which to buy. It's called Nefarious Power. Exhaust this card when a hero performs an attribute test after dice are rolled. Add 1 shield to their results, and it only costs 1 to activate, which is a hilariously fun card. Buy it just because. Seriously, that 1 extra shield always comes in handy. Always. The amount of times those heroes actually just needed to get 1 more shield. Well, anyway, next we have something that's free to buy, which is called False Friends. So this is a card during setup of the first encounter. Okay, so while this card is exhausted, reveal 2 viewer shop item cards during the next shopping step of the campaign of the campaign phase. To reveal 2 viewer. So this card does not refresh as normal, and refresh this card after the next shopping step. It's 2 to use. It can be a fun one, especially when it comes down to Act 2. Act 1, not so much, but Act 2, yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially because like with Act 1, everything gets revealed anyway, and everything's available for Act 1 when it comes down to interludes. Well, anyway, how about the next one? It's free to buy. Trouble on the Road. Exhaust this card after travel set of the campaign phase. Each hero tests 1 attribute test of your choice. Each hero that tests might or knowledge and fails is stunned. Each hero that tests awareness fails is deceived. Each hero that tests willpower fails is poisoned. It takes 2 to activate. I'm not all that much of a big fan on this one because of how expensive it is to buy it, and then just to activate it on the very start, just for someone to possibly get stunned, disease, poison. Then there's also the case of if there's healers in the party, they might be able to get rid of conditions as well. So with that, I'd probably not use this. It can be handy every now and then, especially with the stunned, slow them down, if you know you could get away with it. But that's only if you know you can get away with it. We'll come to another one, which is meticulous planning. Meticulous, sorry. It's 4 to buy, so it better be worth it. So, exhaust this card after a hero draws and chooses to keep a search card to force that hero to replace that search card on the bottom of the deck and draw a new one. It's one to activate. Okay. I don't think that's really worth 4 to buy this card. And it automatically I know what to do with this. Is like if the heroes draw a treasure card, search card, then yeah, you automatically you don't have a choice but to use it. Or perhaps ones that are the 50 gold coins worth. I don't know. Or if they have the treasure hunter. Yes, the dreaded treasure hunter that likes to actually go through the search deck. Then it would be worth it. I myself would probably say you could get it if you want to or not. It does take 4 to buy, so it's entirely up to you. I myself would probably just leave it at home. Now we come to the very last one. Summon Zachareth. Free to buy this card. So you exhaust this card after set up each encounter to choose an open monster group. Replace one master and one minion monster in the chosen group Baron Zachareth agent. If Baron Zachareth agent is defeated, return this card to your plot deck. You cannot use this card in the Shadow Rune campaign. And use it to activate. Well, that actually makes sense. Just because 1 minion and 1 master. Maybe. I have actually liked Baron Zachareth quite a bit. He has won me quite a few games. This is the Act 1 version of him, so Direction, PS2, Subdual. That's his stats, of course. There you go. Direction is choose a hero adjacent to Baron Zachareth and move that hero 2 spaces in any direction. After this movement, the hero tests willpower. If he fails, the hero is immobilized. And that's Subdual there. This attack deals at least 1 damage, choose 1 condition. That target suffers the chosen condition. Always nice to have a condition of your choice. And of course this is the Act 2 version of him. That's his stats there. It looks quite powerful indeed. Very strong. Blue, red, red. Yep. Got Direction, Shadow Bolt, Pierce 2, and Subdual. So, Shadow Bolt is Zachareth performs ranged attack. Blue, red, and yellow. And that's really about it. That is his plot deck. And this is his model in all of his glory. He looks like he wants to shake someone's hand. Or yeah, okay. This is hair there. I really don't like this spike thing. It just looks a bit stupid, really. Yeah, it's nicely detailed still. Nicely detailed. So, yes, that is Baron Zachareth's plot deck, Seeds of Betrayal. I would literally recommend getting it. As if you could find it. Because it's quite an amazing plot deck. Well, anyway, that's what I think of this deck. Until next time, thank you very much. Bye.